creative inspiration, the creativity spark, when you get that idea. Now, it depends on what domain you're in. If you're in business, advertising, you're in marketing, that idea for, wow, this is going to be a great ad. Wow, this would be a fantastic ad. If you're a musician, wow, this is a killer rhythm for me to put into a song. Wow, these are amazing lyrics. This is an awesome topic for me to write a song about. If you're an artist and you get the idea to paint this beautiful image that pops into your mind, whatever your creative endeavor is, when that creativity sparks, it's unbelievably important and critical for us to take advantage of it before that creative energy starts to fade, it starts to dissipate, it starts to go away. And so the easiest way to take advantage of that energy is to simply start. If you have an idea for an ad, just jot out the framework, jot out the main idea. If you have the idea for a song, just write out a couple of the lyrics, write out a couple bars of music. The idea for the painting or for the sculpture, just start putting some pen or pencil to paper. Just sketch something out. Do something to take the idea from imaginary in your mind, the mental image, the idea, and turn it into something in the material world. Now, that could be pen and paper, paper and pencil. That could be typing something out on the computer. That could be sketching in a digital note. Just do something to take the idea from living in the imaginary mental world and convert it into the material physical world. That's the easiest way. You don't even have to finish it. Just draw one line, write one sentence, do one bar of music. Do something to turn that idea into the material world. The same thing applies to positive momentum. Once we've done all the hard work required to create positive momentum, it will quickly go away if we take our foot off the gas and stop doing the inputs that got us the positive momentum in the first place. We take our foot off the gas and the ball stops rolling. And this will happen just like that creativity idea. If you let that creative idea sit in your head for a week, 2 weeks, the potency goes away. You're going to look back on the idea and think, most of the time, that couldn't have been that great of an idea, or else I would have done something with it already. You're a month later and you find a little ripped up piece of paper or a sheet of paper, you sketch something out and you did nothing with it. You think back and say, if this was actually good, I would have done something with this already. And so do something with it. And when the universe has given us this positive feedback by delivering us these wonderful ideas, by giving us positive feedback to create momentum, it's important for us to maximize this energy, because it's the only time in our lives we'll have this specific layering of circumstances and universal plus personal energies coming together in this way. Universal and personal energies being your age, where you are currently at in the world, your personal months, personal day, personal year, with the universal months, universal day, universal years, with the planets in these signs, in these houses, with that layering of personal energy on top of the universal energies on this day of the week. Each day of the week ruled by one of the planets. Sunday, the sun; Monday, the moon; Tuesday, Mars; Wednesday, Mercury; Thursday, Jupiter; Friday, Venus; Saturday, ruled by Saturn. And so, even though you may encounter similar energies, your personal circumstances are going to be different the next time you encounter these energies. So if we do not take advantage of it, we are not able to compound results on top of that idea, on top of those actions, those inputs into the universe. Newton's third law: for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every input you give the universe, there's an equal and opposite output. And doing nothing is still giving the universe an input of 0. So you will compound and get the results of a 0 input, which we do not want to do. And so, on a personal note, as a personal example, a few days ago, earlier this week, and really fast before I give my example, this layering of energy all coming together, universal energies, personal circumstances, our age, with these days of the week, all of these different energies layering on top of each other, creating these ideas, these creative sparks, these moments of inspiration, this set of positive momentum, is exactly how you'll have some artists, some musicians, some actors, actresses, business owners, investors have a what appears to be divine run of success. Every song they put out is just hit after hit after hit after hit. They can't screw up. Everything they do is gold. Artists who every single thing they release, every piece of art is unbelievably beautiful. It's their best piece after their next best piece, and they just continue to put out winners. Investors, every single stock they pick, every single thing they invest in, they're just winning. Just nothing but a winning streak. Actors and actresses who have a span of 5 movies in 2.5 years, where every single movie's a bigger hit than the previous one. These people who go through these unbelievable runs of success are dialed in to that layering of energy, and they're making the most out of it by giving as many inputs into the universe during this energetic period as they possibly can. And like I said, for every input, equal and opposite output. The more inputs they give, when they have this equation skewed towards them in a positive way, the more positive outcomes they will get. And then once this energy passes them by, they're never able to recapture that magic. It's how you'll have musicians have a 2.5, 3 year run where they put out their best songs and their best album, and then they're never able to quite recapture that magic. It's because they're not living under those energetic layers anymore. They're in different circumstances, learning different lessons in their life. And the thing about living in this universe where the energies are constantly moving forward is once you live through these energies and once they move on to the next one, you are not going to re-experience that same layering of energy. With your Mahadashas, your Antardashas, with these personal years, personal days, personal months, lining up on these days of the week with these planets and these signs and these houses, basically these transits occurring on these universal days with these circumstances happening in your life. This layer is only going to be experienced one time. So if you are getting positive feedback from the universe, it's unbelievably important to maximize the outputs you're able to get during this time frame. And so a couple days ago, I'll wrap this up here. A couple days ago, right before bed, I'm talking maybe 20 minutes before I'm going to bed, I'm literally taking my little bit of collagen. Just got the dog outside to the bathroom. My man Gunner, G-Man, and GG, and Gun, my buddy, my boy, 15-year-old homeboy there. Just got him out to the bathroom, got him upstairs. We're doing our last little bit of collagen, brushing our teeth, literally getting ready to lay down and go to sleep. I had an idea pop into my mind, an idea for an ad. And instead of waiting until morning, I debated the whole time I was getting ready, debated back and forth for probably 10 minutes, 12 minutes, debating, what should I do? Should I do it now? Should I wait till the morning? Should I do it now? Should I wait till the morning? And instead of waiting until the morning, I got it done right then and there. I asked myself, how quickly can I get this horrible first draft done? As I believe the first draft isn't supposed to be good. We just have to get it done. The faster we get from idea in our mind to something tangible in the material world, the quicker we are able to begin refining and improving upon the idea, regardless of what this is. The first draft done as soon as possible. It's supposed to be horrible. It's not supposed to be good. It's the first draft for a reason. It's not the final product. Perfection is not the goal. Just getting something into the material universe is the goal. And because this idea was so fresh in my mind and it was so potent, this creative spark, this creative inspiration was so potent, I was able to write out the whole thing, the whole structure, call to action, intro, the entire ad. Scripted the whole thing out, probably 3 minutes. It was just flowing. Complete flow state the second the pen hit the paper. And because it was so fresh in my mind and this idea was so potent, I even thought of a second angle where I could deliver the same type of message. And that flowed so well that I even was able to do 3 different variations for each one of the angles. It took me probably 10, 15 minutes to do all of it, start to finish, from the second the pen hit the paper to the second I was done, with 6 variations of this ad that I can now film and produce to distribute. I took advantage of that creative spark, of the creative inspiration the universe was blessing me with. I can 100% for sure guarantee you that, no doubt about it, for a fact, if I would have waited until the morning to write out that idea, to begin working on that single concept, that single idea that popped in my mind, there's no way I would have ended up with 6 different ads to test out. I would have had the one and maybe a variation to go with it. Instead, I had 2 different angles for the same message with 3 variations of each angle. Because I had the creative spark, I didn't worry about perfection. I simply said, how quickly can I get a horrible first draft into the material world? I'd love to know how well you are able to utilize your creative sparks, how quickly you're able to take the idea in your mind and turn it into something material in the physical world, turn it into material reality. And if you are able to maintain momentum once you have got it. If you lean into the positive feedback the universe gives you, or if you struggle like I do all the time, which is why I'm telling you, I debated for 10 minutes whether or not I was going to do that, but this is something that's been very top of mind for myself. Not worrying about having the perfect first draft, not worrying about perfection or even having a good draft. Just simply getting the best worst first draft finished as soon as possible. That's all that I'm focused on and all I care about. Once this horrible first draft is completed in the material world, I can now begin to improve upon and tweak, refine the idea to make it up to my standard of excellence that I desire. If you have listened this far, I genuinely, truly appreciate you for listening. This is our 50th episode, a pretty cool little milestone, which is only possible because of you listening and giving me the support that you do. So I genuinely appreciate you for listening. The universe wants you to win. The universe is on your side. It simply may not look the way you imagined. It's probably not going to be on the time frame that you would prefer. But with that said, the universe is truly on your side. It does want you to win. The universe loves abundance. It wants you to have success and win everything you want to win. We simply have to learn the lessons we are meant to learn in this lifetime first. Once again, thank you for listening. I genuinely appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon.